Hello everyone, this is Scott Haskin here to talk about the final song on the Haunted Holidays Deadly Christmas album, Auld Lang Syne, Until Next Year. This was a bit of foreshadowing for two reasons. One, I still wasn't sure if there was going to be another album or not. I think if people didn't like it, I probably wouldn't have done another one. But it had a warm enough reception to where I thought more were warranted. But also, for the most part, with your Christmas music, with your Halloween music, most people put that away, and then when it's time to get out the decorations, they bring the music out. So assuming that this would be something that you would bring out next year when the holidays roll around, see you next year. Fortunately, it worked on both levels. So this song really was just meant to be an outro to the album and something to just kind of wrap it up in a tight little bow, let it drift away, something to stay in your mind, no abrupt ending, just something to kind of fade out with. And then I thought, well, if I'm going to have the wizard be the main guy, I should probably have him say a couple of, let's wrap this up kind of words. And I was thinking about Ian Gillan, and in the part of Speed King when they're coming out of the solo and they're getting ready to go into the repeat of the first verse, he does this really amazing cackle laugh sort of thing. And I think he did it in Black Sabbath too. I can't think of what song it was, but Disturbing the Priest, at the beginning of Disturbing the Priest. And I thought, well, that was kind of cool, but how would the wizard do something like that? What would be the wizard's signature cackle? And so it would just be something that became, it started as a little thing, and then as wizard power, amplified it, then it would become this big sort of echoey chamber thing. And I thought that worked out really well. It took a couple of takes to get that right because I hadn't cackled in that voice yet. That was a little bit new. Well, the voice was really new because I'd only taken, I think, 2 days to record the dialogue for this one, 2 or 3 at the most. And so it wasn't like I had been working this character for a while. It was pretty new for me, and I'm not really a character actor. So that was a bit of a challenge to be consistent and keep the cadence consistent and then think, well, how would this guy then cackle or whatever. But that actually became a signature trademark for the thing for me. And so I used it on all 3 albums, just a little bit differently on each one. And really, this is a weird song because it's kind of a Christmas song, but it's really more of a New Year's Eve song. And so I did not include it on the Mental Sauna 3 Christmas Inflections album, but I did release it as a separate single afterwards. So that is available, but it didn't really seem like it fit the album, even though I think it could have. But I didn't put it on there anyway. But for this one, this is, hey, I'm not going to see you until next year, so this really is the New Year's Eve part of the album anyway. And, it just kind of takes you away. It has this... I'm comforted because we've wrapped things up, but I'm also unsettled because this was a really creepy thing to be wrapping up in the first place. So it has little nodes of both, little nodes of warmth and little nodes of cold, all wrapped in together. Almost like you put your dinner in a microwave and the potatoes are hot and then the meat is still frozen in the center, which is never good for anyone. So that was my idea for this song, and I think it rounded out the album well. I think it set a good pace for the other 2 albums as I repeated that same sort of gimmick, I guess, on the other 2. But most of all, this album was just a lot of fun, and I hope that you enjoy it as much as I did writing it. And when I do go back and listen to it, this is one of the albums that I'm more likely to listen to of my own than the others. Really, really dig this one, and I hope you guys do too. But thank you for hanging with me through these songs. Check them out, those songs in full. They're available everywhere. If you want links, just go to my website or look in the notes below, www.scotthaskin.com, and it has links to horror music, holiday music. These really fit both categories. It's hard to determine whether it's a Halloween album or a Christmas album because it's really a little bit of both. It's Halloween telling Christmas. So I think that's probably the best way I can put it. Thank you guys very much. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you had fun with the backstory. And probably do the next 2 albums, maybe one in November and one in December.